Good morning. Our activity today is 911 tag. And 911 is a number we call if we have an emergency. And there's 3 types of emergencies we can get help for when we call 911. Raise your hand and somebody tell me one kind of emergency. Police. If, let's say, you look out the window and maybe there's somebody you don't know peeking in the windows across the street or trying to get in somebody's car, then you can call 911 and they will answer and say, 911, what is your emergency? And you will tell them, well, there's somebody across the street, doesn't look right. I think they're trying to break into the house, or they're maybe breaking into the car, or something like that. And they will send a police car. But what are you going to need to know to tell them? Okay, your address.
Their license plate.
Okay, you might write down their license plate in case the people leave. Good. But especially your address. Raise your hand if you know your address. Okay, that's not very many out of the whole class. So your homework tonight is to go home and ask your parents to teach you your address. Because an emergency, do we expect emergencies? No, they're always a surprise. So go home, tell them, I need to learn our address so that I can call if there's an emergency. So the police. What's another kind of emergency we can get help for? Firefighters. If you're cooking on the stove and the grease catches fire and it gets so big, then you can call 911 and they'll say, what is your emergency? And you will ask for the firefighters. Say, there's a fire in my house, we were cooking, and I need the firefighters to come and help us put this fire out. What are they going to ask you? What is your address? So remember, go home, learn your address. And then there's a third kind of help we can get. What is that last kind of help? Okay, not ambulance, who would take us to the doctor, right? So you can, if you have, let's say, you're outside with your dad, and he's been working on a ladder, and he falls off, and he's hurt so bad he can't get up, or maybe you can't wake him up, then you would call, and nobody else is home, mom's at the grocery store, then you could get dad's phone, and you could call 911, and they'll say, what is your emergency? And you'll say,
Your address.
You'll say, my dad is hurt really bad, I need an ambulance, and then they'll ask you your address. So, go home today, ask to learn your address so that if you have an emergency, you can get help. Now, what is the number we're going to call? 911. It's so easy. And in our game today, we're going to play 911 tag so that we just keep using that number so we can remember when we have an emergency.